So this painting shows quite a pleasant scene in the house of Edward Pease. He is sitting on the far side with some papers in front of him which tell us about the subject of the painting. They've got Stockton and Darlington written on them, so they're related to the Stockton and Darlington Railway. And then on this side we have George Stephenson, so he is the pioneering railway engineer, and he is interestingly teaching two daughters of Edward Pease how to do embroidery. That in itself is quite surprising. A lot of people might think, well, surely it should be the two girls teaching George, so the other way around. But we did some research into this to understand why this scene might have happened. And apparently George Stephenson, when he was a brakeman at Killingworth Pit, so early on in his career, he helped to sew the buttonholes of the pitmen who worked there, and he was really, really proud of this skill that he had. So it's a lovely scene. It shows a different side to George Stephenson. It actually happened in around 1823, so it was a time when Stephenson and Pease, who was the main promoter of the Stockton and Darlington Railway, were having regular discussions about the progress of the project. So we like to think this is something that might have happened quite frequently, but this has been captured by the artist and just really gives us another insight into the railway and Stephenson himself.
For this painting, it was very dirty. It's really important to get the dirt off a painting because that is a culture for mould and bacteria, so you want to get as much of the dirt off as possible. It's also important to see if there's any labels on the back or anything interesting about its provenance. And in this case, there was a label which you can just about see the faint outline is still on the back here. So that was removed first because that's stuck on the back of the painting with some glue, and I needed to get that glue off because that can sometimes transfer through to the front. This is a new key. That key was inserted in here, and then the tension, all these keys are tapped in a sequence so that you expand the stretchers parallel to each other, and then they're tied in because sometimes the keys fall out and you either lose them, as happened with this one, and sometimes they fall out and they're lost, and sometimes they just drop between the canvas and the stretcher bar, and then that causes a distortion on the front. So it's quite important to tie these in or to secure them in somehow, and then it pulls out the tension and pulls out any undulations, and then you know you've got the tension right, and that's really important. And then from the back you can see these here. These are patches, there's 4 of them. These here were holes in the front. So there were these small holes. This is the biggest one, and that's where the hand is on the front. And often if there's a small puncture or a tear, you can realign the threads and you don't need a patch. You can just realign them and reinforce them. But where you've got something completely missing, you have to put something back. So what I did here, which was quite lucky, the canvas here goes around this tacking margin onto the back here. And so the best thing to use for an insert, it's called an insert, is the original canvas. So I've cut off a piece here. So these 2 areas here where I've cut the canvas off, we use to make these inserts. Sometimes it's just a case of joining the dots. With the hand, I mean, hands are notoriously difficult to paint, and I'm not an artist, and there have been times in my career where I've had big sections missing, and I've either had to find an original version, a postcard or a visual image of what's missing and copy it, or if I haven't got that, I've got to recreate it myself. So in this case with the hand, I just sat there and looked at my hand and put it in the position that his hand was in, and just looked down and just got the lines and then put the shadow in. And then surprisingly, it did come together, and it's actually, the hands on this painting, they're not brilliant. I didn't have to copy a beautiful bit of painting and modelling. So if you compare that hand to this hand, I mean, it blends in quite nicely, I think. So it actually worked out quite nicely, which was a nice surprise for me. So you can see here in UV light, these darker patches are restoration paint, my restoration paint. So you can see the hand there, that's a completely new hand which has been retouched. There's another one of these that on there, I think, is another small tear, and these dark areas are all a bit of filling and retouching. And actually there was a stain on the back which sort of suggested it might have had some water damage at some point, and that could have resulted in this paint loss here. So this is all filling and retouching down this side, in line with the stretcher behind.
So the painting has been restored. It's come back to us looking bright and shiny and really, really spectacular. We're very excited to be exhibiting the painting at Hopetown Darlington Museum as part of the SNDR 200 programme. So rather than being in an office at the institution's headquarters in London, it's going to be seen by a really wide audience, which we're really excited about. And when it returns to us later in the year, it will take pride of place in the George Stephenson room.